Welcome to the streaming ones. We're back this week with Jeff's stream number 6, Reanimated, and I'm delighted to show you that we have a returning host here.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm back. Yeah,
and I'm stupid.
You're stupid.
I feel stupid.
I heard like the last 2 episodes, someone came in and tried to take my place.
Oh, they can never take your place.
On a related note, Andrew says hi.
They looked a lot like.
It's okay. I can put him back together.
We liked Andrew, but
but you know,
we liked his hand mostly.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I can put him back together. I can.
Can you?
I can revive him.
How?
By becoming the Reanimator.
Oh.
Oh.
I forgot you have those skills.
Yes.
It's a shame he only works on Andrew though, but
it's very specific.
It's nice.
All right. So.
All right. So why are you dressed like this? You look stupid, man.
I'm sorry.
Could have dressed up like I am.
Yeah. I think because we're gonna go visit one of my favorite characters, Dr. Aldini, the modern Prometheus.
Wow. He's so great.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys guess?
Was it the lab coats that gave it away?
Maybe.
I think it was the goggle. I'm going to put them away because I can see what's going on. It's like, wow.
We do have some prizes coming up a little bit later, so stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, take it away.
I don't know what this is.
I'm so excited.
I kind of want to drink it.
Which one kills them?
I don't know.
Do you know what these are?
This is from one of the other devs. I don't actually know what's in here.
I think.
Is it Zed Rubik's?
It is.
Oh no.
And
you gotta be careful with your.
Yeah, knowing her, it's probably the real stuff.
It's true.
She does weird things.
So Dr. Aldini.
All right. Yeah. So what are we going to do today? So yeah, we're gonna. For this issue, we're going to look at Dr. Aldini's and go through both of his missions. We'll talk a bit more about the characters, I think, like reveal some things that you might not know about him. And hopefully you'll find this interesting. And I also have a few announcements to do about issue 12. So we'll do this at the end. And we'll go straight into talking about Mr. Aldini right now. So you can see him in the modern Prometheus.
Which is a lovely setting. Modern Prometheus being the subtitle of the novel Frankenstein by Mary Shelley.
Mm-hmm. You can see actually I've dressed Trimo up today to be
like us.
To be like us.
Fashionable like us.
Nice.
He pulls it off a little bit better, I think.
I don't know about the hat though.
The naked, I don't know, it's daring.
It's a grey hat. What do you know like that
nude
hat?
brain.
Oh, silliness. Alright, but let's see, Mr. Aldini right there, who has, I think, probably one of the coolest idle animation we have in the game.
He's sawing stuff, he's muttering fun things, voiced by Peter Stormare.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
I mean, you gotta admit, we have a lot of great voice actors.
We do. We have some amazing voice actors.
Our players love them.
Fun fact, my brother actually acted with Peter Stormare.
Oh, I thought you.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was an extra in what was the Fox show, Prison Break.
Oh wow!
And
really?
he was one. He had just a bit no line part originally as one of Peter Stormare's
one of
goons.
the buddies. No?
He's one of the goons that Peter Stormare had in prison. So if you go back and watch, he's like in the background with Peter Stormare.
That's awesome.
But then they had just upgraded. They were going to have him have some lines, and that's when Peter Stormare quit. And they got rid of the character, and it never happened. So.
Oh.
Yes.
Was it because of your brother that you quit?
I don't
know. Let's say it is, just to pretend my brother had influence on that decision.
That's what his brother does. They both wreck things.
We wreck stuff. We wreck stuff.
Well, alright. We're gonna go into a little bit more in Dr. Aldini. So we'll start with his first mission, starting with his cutscene. Here we go. Just a flesh wound.
Here's hoping we can hear it.
Can they hear it?
I know.
Because it's good stuff.
We should have at least subtitles now. Or not.
Can you viewers at home hear this?
If you can't, we're gonna have to act it out again, I think.
And and the subtitles.
Okay.
And the subtitles don't even quite cover it because Eldini has some of the best non-word dialogue in this.
It does.
His little
It's called
sounds.
Swedish.
His little sounds.
Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it.
His little sounds between sentences, and
They not sound. It's Swedish. It's a whole language, man.
I see.
Well, I can hear it. I don't know why you guys can't hear it.
Well, that's good. Well, Laurie, you can narrate then.
No.
Perform for us
Oh
your
my
best
God.
Peter
I
Stormare.
can't. That's so much pressure
impression.
right now. I don't. I would just do like something out of Cats.
It's all right.
You know.
I see.
Stella. I don't know. It's fine.
We're not above being ridiculous here.
No. So somebody asked me to go into the same room that you guys are in. I'm already there.
She's
actually.
already here.
I'm here.
Actually,
She's
Yeah.
just a voice.
it's
She's
just
like
a ventriloquism act I've been working on. I can do it
yeah,
even when I'm
very
drinking
good.
random chemicals.
And somehow they both can talk at the same time.
I think I need to go to the doctor.
What did you determine that it is?
You realize we can't see you right now. So
Oh,
while we were off screen,
I did all
think,
that.
Were we off screen?
no, we were on screen.
No, we were on screen. Oh
We were
wow.
on screen. I didn't do that for nothing.
So this guy drank one of the potions, which is pretty much pure vodka. And
Oh, is that what that is?
yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm tasting something else though.
welcome to the drunken ones.
The drunken ones, indeed.
We are the spewing ones soon.
This is how we make games, guys.
Soon to be the regretting ones.
Yeah. All right. So
So what just happened?
this is I don't know what's happening right now. I think it's
He wants
I've
us.
lost controls, people. It's Friday afternoon.
Grab the wheel.
We've got issue 12 out, and I think we're losing control. But let's go back into it. So we've had an interesting cutscene with Dr. Aldini, and before we go any further, I will set up the subtitles, because at least the second mission will be more interesting for everybody.
There we go.
Because I've done my homework and I remember where to go.
They're wearing lab coats because they're professionals.
That's how we
That's
make
why.
games. Games are made in labs.
This is a place of business.
Volmer, you
tubes.
should know this.
This is where you make code.
Oh,
True?
no? Okay.
Yeah.
And this is dialogue right here in
Ah.
its purest form.
And then you put dialogue in the code,
What's the
Notice how
green one?
gelatinous it is.
and you have a game.
That's some dense dialogue. I might need to thin that out a little bit. It's a little self-indulgent.
Yeah, I think people are gonna think we're losing it right now. So,
I don't know. It's fine.
all right.
We're having
So
fun. It's Friday.
Aldini so introduces you to himself, I guess,
Mhm.
and
He wants you to help him in his
make a creature.
visionary advancements of science, art, and all this. It kind of mixes all together. What I like about Aldini, what's his specialty called? It's the paraplasticism.
Huh.
Supernatural plastic surgery, basically. But what I like about Aldini is in a setting like TSW, you could just basically transport a Frankenstein, like Dr. Frankenstein-like character, transport them to modern time, just have them there, and it would still work. But Aldini's fun because he's not really that. He's a plastic surgeon. It kind of mixes in the whole all the fun kind of modern body horror of that concept. So it's kind of like Mary Shelley's Nip Tuck. His character, he's really twisted.
That's awesome.
Like Dr. Frankenstein, he's scary, but it's almost just because he's so obsessed with advancing science. Where Dr. Aldini just has all these other creepy undertones that we'll get more into as the missions progress. We find out just how depraved he is.
Personally, I mean, you have the whole modern things as well, like with the advancement, I think, of medicine and everything. It feels even more plausible, I think, than the novel to a certain extent. So he's cool, he's creepy, but somewhat he's very real. Like, he's definitely a cool character. He's been like even on his animation, like the mocap and everything, he definitely has something very creepy about him. I think the voice was just right. But in any case, in this particular mission, which was the first mission that we introduced for that character, he wants to make a creature and he needs bits for that.
Bits.
To make that creature, so he's very kindly asked you to help him out, and then this is what we're going to do. So we're grabbing his bag of tools, and then we're gonna go to his basement, find out what happened in his basement.
Mm-hmm. Into the vault.
Into the meat locker.
Into the meat locker. This should be good.
Tasty.
Oh, there's a good picture too.
It's a great. This was actually the cover of the issue where when we released that mission. The issue was known for one of the auxiliary weapons. This is when we introduced the chainsaw.
Right.
Which was actually the second auxiliary weapon that we had in the game.
Still my favorite one to use. I'm just a fan. It's a classic.
I'm surprised.
Oh, really?
Chainsaws are cool. Alright, so here we are in his basement, and what you can see is some... I'm gonna call them fucked up looking people.
Rotten Nurses, note the title. So that's a name that tells a story, really. We saw nurses above. Most of them are how many nurses are up there? There's one unnamed one, and there's one named one.
Yeah, there's three of them. There's two by him, there's one by the entrance.
Is it Selma?
Yeah.
Yes,
He's
Selma.
head nurse.
So Selma, I think, is named because she's been there a while. She's indispensable. I'm guessing the other nurses don't go named because this is their ultimate fate.
This is what happens when we make mistakes. Yeah, he's not really the type of doctors who accept mistakes. So this is where all nurses go.
Yes.
And we're gonna find that actually they're still gonna have a purpose.
Dr. Aldini's bag of tools. So he doesn't just want you to collect samples. He wants you to use different tools to see what's the best method for removing meat from a zombie.
So let's see. So we got a hammer out of our bag, and we're gonna see how well you can harvest like body pieces with a hammer. So let's see. Nurse number one is about to serve a purpose.
Now to harvest. What better resource harvesting in a game than knocking meat off a corpse with a hammer?
Yeah, it's not working great. There's nothing left of the body.
It's kind of pulpy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But yes, these are the steps you have to take.
There's not much we can use.
Yeah, it's kind of pulpy.
Laurie's giving us very
puree,
gross
zombie puree.
Zombie pate?
Pate, maybe. Yeah.
This is the kind of terms we use here.
Science.
In the TSW team.
This is for science. So you did that. Now you got.
So I pulled out a sword.
Oh, and I got a sword. So we're trying something edged. Maybe that will pulp it less.
It's sharper at least, so
Yeah.
it makes more sense that you'd be able to cut something out with a sword. Let's see how that turns out. Alright, nurse number two. You're about to be sorted. Okay, so
She was just 2 days.
my
from
character
time.
obviously had never really held a sword before. Kind of a... I would do the same thing, so I guess it's kind of a... That character is probably...
Right,
my
so
character is role-playing me. This is
True to life.
Whoa.
crazy.
Whoa.
Alright. Let's get ourselves another tool.
A saw. Okay, so we've gone from blunt to edge to now serrated. We're getting more sophisticated in our meat extraction.
We're getting somewhere. It's rusted though. Let's see how
Oh, it's
well we can
rusted?
rust it.
Well, he
So
keeps his good saws
Malik
upstairs.
has an interesting question.
Yes.
That
Malik.
not everyone may know, but did Aldini do his own skin grafts?
That's a good question.
Right?
You're the
Tell
lead
us how
writer,
he
you
got
answer this.
stones.
Well, I didn't create Aldini.
That's right.
The way I'm
It
going
was
to
just
create
before.
Reandrew.
Reading it.
Yeah.
I think it was a
Um,
creation. It was written by Ben Schroeder, right?
I think that would
was
be about the time, yeah.
yeah.
Probably Ben writes cool characters, so I'm guessing, yeah. My guess would be that, yeah, I think he can't resist tinkering even on himself. I mean, I think he'd rather tinker on other people. He has no qualms about that, obviously. But yeah, those scars beg some interesting questions. Either he's messing with himself, or he's done a lot of despicable things. He might have come afoul of the wrong people. Or a creation.
So you get it. We don't know. He looks.
Well,
this way.
I'm offering you the different possible. This is like when the Joker is telling his origin,
That's
and it's
true.
different every time.
Yeah.
The other reason is because he ran afoul of one of his creations, and it just messed him up, and he fixed himself up. But he had to do it in a mirror.
In any case, I pulled that rusty saw from the tool.
Oh,
and you can see
God.
I've been
that's
trying to
Oh
saw
my
a
gosh!
limb.
You're just working at it
Yeah, and it's
that whole time.
It's not going anywhere. So a little interesting things about this mission, because that was part of the feedback that we saw.
It's a rusty saw pedicure.
We have like about I think a 2-minute interaction time with it that was done on purpose, just to see like the mission has been solved a long time ago, saying, okay, this is going nowhere. You realize you tried the tool. Like, the goal of the mission is you try different tools, see what is going to be a good way to harvest those limbs. And then you try the rusty saw, and you can go for a very long time. It's not going anywhere. So, you know, the mission progresses. You can finish the cast if you want, but you can also interrupt, saying, okay, that is not going to work. So let's just move on, find another tool.
There's still some chained up QA people that are still doing the original song.
And it loops at the end. It's like, make sure it doesn't break.
On a quiet night, you can hear them weeping.
All right, well, let's see.
Another rotten nurse. He's gone through a lot.
Now I got something cool.
The chainsaw. So
a chainsaw.
Blunt to sharp to serrated to
Motorized.
powder. Yeah, powdered serrated.
Powdered chainsaw.
Powdered chainsaw.
It's like me and waffles.
What?
I found your weakness. I always call raffles waffles because you have your. So.
Mine is powder. Well, it is today. My weaknesses don't stay the same though, so you gotta be on your toes.
Make it be something.
Tomorrow will be something else.
Powdered screeve. In any case, let's see how we go with that chainsaw.
Yeah.
And here we are. So yeah,
just working it. You're really just working the crotch there with the chainsaw.
It's the best place. This is where
very slow.
I was about to say something.
Wait.
No, but I'm not gonna say it.
You would if you had some of this.
I would.
Drink more.
Well, we're gonna need to start putting a rating on that show else. In any case.
Don't we have one?
So here we are. We found a way you can see when you start. So when you start killing those zombies, you can actually see those zombies. Sorry, those poor nurses. You can see body parts falling off. Like here's one, here's another one, and my mission updates every single one. One of them pops up. Here's the third one. So here we are. You know, now we're finally doing what Mr. Aldney wanted. He wanted to get his body parts. To make his creature.
His fiendish experiments.
Well, we're getting them. Like there's a very satisfying sound to it as well. Like Simon did a very good job into. Because like, you know, the chainsaw, you obviously have the animations, you have the gore, but a chainsaw is not a chainsaw without his the powdered name.
Powdered serration?
The powdered serration.
Powdered serration is it's a band name, I think.
Alright, let's see, I'm at 11 out of 20.
You know,
a few more nurses.
You just kind of wandered in and Aldini sent you down here. You gotta wonder, like, anyone that visits the Modern Prometheus is like, you know, if the mailman comes by, like, oh, while you're here, could you just go downstairs and a couple pounds
Would you mind? What is going on, Laurie?
Just a few more nurses, huh? Just a great phrase out of context.
Just a few more nurses.
Just a few more nurses.
All it ever takes is a few more nurses.
Who hasn't said this before?
Throw that at a problem. Just a few more nurses.
Just throw a few more nurses at that.
I challenge you. If you haven't used that sentence before, you haven't lived.
Squeeze in your conversation.
Squeeze in a few more nurses, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're like a soundbite machine.
This is what I do. It's because of you people. You've made me like a monster.
We make it so.
Alright. This is my last nurse, I swear.
Another phrase Ramon often says.
Alright, here we go.
Sometimes in Jubilee, sometimes desperate. Like, God, if you get me out of this, that's my last nurse, I swear to God. Ever again. Ever again.
Alright. How much of that potion did you get?
I just a sip or two, I don't know.
Oh my God, how much did you have?
You can sit over here.
Now that I know it's safe.
No. We're still working.
I know.
Well,
this is part of it
now.
Wow.
Alright, in any case, we got the
Okay.
we got the body parts and we're gonna give them back to Aldini, and luckily I had one of his pneumatic systems.
Yeah, Andy meets.
It's a fairly old one, so you know we're gonna.
It's almost as if he expects the person not to
Yeah.
be able to get out again.
Yeah, just in case.
Just put the meat up the chute. I'll open the door. It puts the meat in the chute.
Men vad fan. Yeah,
It's
so
the
that's
hose
some
again.
serious curses there in Swedish.
Oh, nice.
It's Fallenbrotten. Well, so now he wanted to find.
You want something
fresh
fresher?
meat.
Where are you gonna find fresh meat in a underground vault full of rotten zombies?
So because with that kind of game, we don't ask the player to go back up with a chainsaw and attack the living nurse in the modern Prometheus. Because that wouldn't be quite ethical, I think.
That would be a fun scene though. He gets all mad and you're like, you didn't specify.
Here, take this one.
So now, ooh, there's a meat encrusted
It's very fleshy.
gate. It's
Yeah.
very fleshy. This mission is very fleshy. This mission is gleefully gory. It's it's like it's like Reanimator or Evil Dead kind of ridiculous, way over the top gore. Because
I think we're on the right way.
what is the mission? Find fresh meat. Okay. Oh,
Well, look
there's,
at that.
There's a meaty thing.
Oh wow.
So
It's,
take a piece of the flesh blob.
That's what we're gonna do. And luckily I have a chainsaw, so this will work. Here I go.
There you go. You got a piece.
Ooh.
Oh, but he's angry. You better
Flesh blob is not angry.
Better make him simmer down.
I've been lied. This was not a simple mission. Ah, there you go.
No. Yeah, you thought you were
Slipping
coming
again.
down just to
Yeah.
It's just
carry something up, but
All right.
oh, there's a
And
big
there's
chunk.
one arm flying off. Look at that. With. Let me see your side.
what?
They won't let me. I don't know. I was trying to show off, like, you know, the nicely cut off arm. We had a lot of fun with this mission, like grabbing this model and then cut him in piece by piece. I think when I was talking to the animators, their first intention was to punch me really hard, and then I got my ways. It's like, yeah,
It's
sure,
pretty
grab the
much the
same model
process.
and then, you know, redo all of his animation every single time without that arm, and change the so that all of his attack animation, because it's difficult when you have a monster this way, you know, would normally attack with both arms, and then if you cut off one of the arms, you have to change, you know, make sure like the other animation works fine without trying to use a limb which is no longer there.
Ramon's just sitting at his desk with a mound of hamburger meat, like, no, more like this.
You guys are killing me. Stop it.
Alright, so here we go. So this is really actual reference. This is where the name of the mission comes from. You see, just a flesh wound. I don't think we could have finished this mission without having you cutting off so the legs of that golem who can no longer follow you anymore. It's just this poor blob.
I'm gonna write a short story from the point of view of the flesh blob.
Poor guy.
I know. You're
But
like,
it can-
oh, the hideous monster, but yeah, he's just.
So he no longer has any arms. He can only
What's his origin?
he can only spew on you, and that's it. Alright, you're gonna take him out of his misery.
He tastes like.
Finish with us harvesting him,
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh yeah, juicy.
and they sort of finish up into a. Yeah. Alright, but Aldini is happy. It's
Happy Aldini.
jättebra, jättebra.
Isn't any less creepy than like angry or desperate Aldini.
Yeah. Alright, well, looks like the golem is not quite dead yet.
I love that you think it's done. You're walking away.
It's
Or
like,
what's
yeah.
it called?
It
the-
was called
Like the
loose limb.
Loose limb. Because the first time I played, I wandered all the way back to the door, thinking, "Oh, this is over," and something's attacking. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Loose limb.
that's all you got. Alright, well, let's see if we can fit those big in there. And you can't. The tube is backed up. You can actually see. Like, look
It's
at that.
clogged with meat.
It's all clogged with
Oh, every detail.
the
is
nurse
awesome.
pieces. Yep. Alright, well, let's go back up and give Aldini his flesh.
His pound of flesh. That's a big scalpel.
We're making that. We're making him a very happy, crazy scientist. Because this is what we do.
We make Aldini happy.
We do not judge. If you need help, we're here to help. We're like Ghostbusters.
There's Selma,
Ghostbusters.
and there's a future rotten nurse.
Yeah. But in any case, so let's see. So now we're handing a mission. And he tells us he can get started. Bye-bye.
And he's really in a hurry to get you back out. Like, oh, just go ahead, go.
He promised us a lot of things,
Go.
just...
He's like, he'll get it, go. He's...
Ooh, look what we've
It's all
got.
about the
Scarred
look.
Leatherface. I like this. This was a cool cool little reward. That's nice. I'll wear that.
Aldini's like, you've been such a sweetheart. I made this for you.
Yeah. Actually, the stuff you couldn't use earlier is like, yeah, it was a little bit rotten.
He's got cool stuff in his room.
So let's see what we got. There you go. We finally got a chainsaw.
Yes.
But I got a rocket launcher, and I actually prefer the rocket launcher.
You kids and your rocket launchers.
They're cool. They go boom. That's why I roleplay in this year. I think we have this kind of a we like booms. All right. Well, there you go. That was mission 1 of Aldini. Let's take a little break before we go to the second mission. Actually, we
got some points.
got some
we
points.
got some 600 bonus points for you guys. So we'll just pick a random person out of chat. Make it easy, make it simple. Everyone here is entered automatically. How cool is that? Let's see what we got. Slowly. So there we go. Blue Bear Bear. Blue Bear Bear.
Blue Bear Bear.
Blue Bear
Oh, I like
Bear.
your name.
That's a cute name.
Congratulations,
That's my favorite.
Blue Bear Bear.
So Blue Bear Bear, congrats.
Congrats. You got some points.
Yeah, so he doesn't miss it. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Congrats.
We'll be raffling off Andrew's body parts next.
One? How many do we have? Just the one?
No, this is just what we're showing. Well, we have a fixed number now, but that's not set in stone.
Oh, that's true. We got some
It's
chances.
always possible.
Mhm.
No hammers.
No hammers. No, that's not very efficient.
All right,
Oh
but
my
let's
gosh.
go back to Mr. Aldini and Modern Prometheus. Josh, tell us more about Aldini.
Well, I'm glad you wanted to know about that, Ron. I delved deep into the company archives to find out to find the original. I'm not sure if all these details are up to date, but
So this is like
this is like. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, just to tell you a little bit of a background on this. So this is really how we create characters usually. So we're going to tell you a bit more. Like we start talking about them. We talk a bit more about the psyche, and usually then we write an entry in our wiki, which is really only for us, which gives us a lot of information about the background of a character, which helps a lot when we start writing the cutscenes. If we start writing lore, we have all this information to pull from, and then yeah, it's easier for us to become that character when we start writing them. So we wanted to
This is what was
give
basically
that excerpt of Aldini's, yeah.
These are the notes, what was envisioned before he actually came into the game. So, full name Anton Ambrosius Aldini, AAA. He's 48 years old. He's a descendant of the Italian surgeon Giovanni Aldini, famously the inspiration for Dr. Frankenstein, supposedly. A man in the 1800s who did experiments on the dead, I think. The modern Aldini has recently bought an old building in Brooklyn and is converting it into into a dubious plastic surgery. This isn't written about. Dubious plastic surgery joint, we'll call it, where he gets to practice plasticism.
Say that 3 times fast.
Plastic surgery mixed with occult magic, which is a cool concept. His ambition is to move way beyond the simple molding of flesh for cosmetic purposes. Aldini wants to create life, and not just any life, but perfect life, perfect beauty. He sees himself as a lone genius, misunderstood artist, working to improve the human condition in the face, he's my spirit animal, of ignorance, injustice, and ethics. Dr. Aldini's mother was Swedish, and he grew up with her, estranged from his Italian father and family. He only came to know them in his teens, which led to his obsession with his illustrious ancestor. Anton moved to Rome to attend medical school, but failed to make much of an impression and flunked out after a few years. I think he makes comments on that. He finds the medical practice is just too political and this and that, but he flunked. Frustrated, he got involved with a shadowy medical underworld and began to learn about the more esoteric and illegal practices being performed in secret. Anton excelled in his world where ethics and morals were less than dubious and where he was free to experiment on subjects living and dead, gaining a reputation for pushing the envelope and the knife. He was soon the go-to man for magi and sorcerers who needed a man skilled in carving human flesh. But Anton's ambitions went beyond such basic servitude in organic puppets. And he has set his sights on a loftier goal: to elevate humanity, to create new life, intelligent life, capable of independent thought and action. To this purpose, he has set up his paraplastism practice in New York to earn money for his research, to experiment on human subjects, and to improve his skills with the scalpel and with the dark magic he taps into.
Dun, dun,
So there you
dun.
go. Occultist / plastic surgeon / God complex man who wants to create life. Paraplasticism.
Wow.
His paraplasticism practice.
Oh, you got it right after reading.
Yeah.
Good.
You had practice, yeah.
I was getting worried after that first sentence. It's like, do you actually read English or do you just
No, I don't
He
actually.
writes it.
create it? Yeah.
I memorized
That-
that. I don't actually know how to read. I have voice recognition software.
I see. No, that first sentence was actually, I was looking at it. It was actually strangely written. I think since it's wiki, it's not meant to be external. We
The
realized
wikis don't get edited as much because
There's some words
it's just
in there.
notes for information, and they're not necessarily written to be read aloud.
that's-
So really, we're just dumping someone's.
Directly from the bowels of Funcom.
Yes,
directly.
yes. Not meant for consumption like that, but we thought it'd be fun to dig
Yeah,
that
it's
up and
awesome.
show to you a rough bit of meat, much like
Someone out
LD
there
works
was-
with to create something beautiful.
When this was created, someone there was like, Clay will never know about this.
Yep, and we just
And
read
I
it out
went,
loud.
no,
Yep.
Took a
you
hammer
will
to
know.
This would be like if you went into my computer and you found like a short story I wrote in high school and read it out loud. Like, no!
Hi, Josh. Yeah, Ben is probably gonna come in
yeah.
there and say, what did you do?
Nah, I don't think so. This is a little better than that, I guess.
All right.
It's just raw. and fun.
Incidentally, actually, now that you know much more about this character, you will feel safe that, knowing this is the plastic surgeon as well of the game, you can, now that you
Alright.
know where he gets his this is creepy.
Safe.
Yeah.
You can actually use this guy to change your character if you want to. So he got fresh meat right in his meat locker, so you don't need to be worried at all about what he does to
Yeah,
you. So
yeah,
it's kind of
High quality. High quality.
it's good.
He
You're
can,
in safe hands.
He can change your looks pretty drastically because he's using more than natural means to change
It's
the
cool.
meat on you. He's got a fun description of that, I think, in his incidentals, where he talks about painting you with blood and
Yeah, it has a lot of cool
drawing
things
meat
there.
and stuff. Yeah.
All right, but moving on, we're actually going to go with the second mission, which is an investigation. So we're going to see how good we are at figuring out puzzles that we made ourselves. So we're going to pretend that we
Yeah.
don't know them.
Now this one I was sort of involved with. Joel made this mission, and
Joel wrote the entire mission, yeah.
and I certainly wasn't involved in the cutscene or anything, but I came in and did some of the computer entry,
That's
and
right.
journal stuff.
Yeah, that was just when you were starting. Yeah. So let's see, the animate clay.
I named it though. That's my name.
It's very good.
Yeah.
And now we got subtitles.
You just got the pipes wrong somewhere.
It's so creepy to have character looking at him this way. It's
Yeah.
like I'm.
It's the only scene where
Yeah.
that looks semi-natural though, to be there that way.
I'm not happy with that facelift you gave me.
I have some qualms.
Yeah. I want a refund.
It's our fault.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we met a creature and now he blames us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just like... Oh, wait, no, we're not supposed to compare it to... I like how much he hates... Man, he just hates Mary Shelley. Obviously, we love Mary Shelley. That's why we're making this stuff. But he dislikes it. He dislikes the novel.
She took advantage of his ancestor.
I love how he just trails off here too. He's really upset. Mutters. Like someone's trying to write out what the hell Stormare said.
Swedish.
Like,
it's not mutters. All right.
So
search Dr. Aldini's lab for clue.
This is another cool mission in a very different way. Last time it was just gratuitous, awesome gore. This is an investigation mission, like classic kind of tracking the monster.
Yeah.
But tracking an intelligent monster. So
let's see. We're actually going to have a look at his computer first.
Yes, let's look at Aldini's computer. Because we are inquisitive investigators. Type in the password for the modern Prometheus.
Hint.
The monster's favorite book.
Harry Potter. What could it be?
Do you want me to actually say? Frankenstein. Is that his favorite book? No. Where do we find the clue to this?
You know what? I actually can't remember this one.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, I thought you were just you were just being coy. It's his favorite book, which we'll find out is Paradise Lost.
Oh, that's right. I was well prepared for this.
And you can get an excerpt from Paradise Lost right here. Is this the region, this the soil, the clime, said then the lost archangel, this the seat that we must change for heaven, this mournful gloom for that celestial light? Receive thy new possessor, one who brings a mind not to be changed by place or time. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it? Aldini has some stuff on the computer. Reminder 1, reminder number 2, and the mutable clay. He's got the mutable clay, a treatise on the art and craft of paraplastics. Plasticist. It's a rough draft. Do you want me to read this one?
Yeah.
All right. The short definition, plastic surgery fused with occult arts. The long definition, God, they say, made us in his own image. But that image is mutable. We are given the clay, and it is profanity not to mold it, to leave it an inert lump. Ambition moves us not only beyond cosmetic tinkering, but into the very animation of flesh, the very building blocks of life. Ambition moves us in the face of ignorance, injustice, and ethics. From now on, the wondrous essence contained within need never again be defined by the tyranny of the receptacle. That's probably his opening.
That's a really beautiful line. Tyranny of the receptacle.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will be finishing that treatise as soon as I figure out how to put Andrew back together.
Okay.
So he's ready for his Nobel Prize?
Yes, he's already all set for his Nobel Prize. This is
it should be coming anytime now.
Oh, acceptance speech. Yeah, rough draft. Is there a draft? Was that what I just read? I thought I was reading the mutable clay one. Okay, that makes more sense.
So this is what happened to the bottle. It is now empty, ladies and gentlemen.
When did that happen? Sleight of hand.
No, it's another entry.
Okay. It's the acceptance speech. The mutable clay is a different one. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's already started his acceptance speech because that's the kind of guy Aldini is. I like him.
That's who he is. All right. Some hints about actually things to come for people who already played these missions. Reorder parts from P. Schiller and Sons. Last batch of splints, totally unacceptable.
Totally unacceptable.
What do they sell? What do they sell?
Subject can now survive 17 days without a face, a 23% increase.
And that face can be given out to players.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Bribe money from medical examiner in top drawer, due in 3 days. He's on top of his payments.
Mm-hmm.
He's very responsible. Subjects in batch G to be dissolved. Nutrient soup fed to batch H.
Oh.
Yummy.
Oh my.
Reuse,
favorite.
repurpose, recycle.
Repeat.
Repeat.
The rest to be sent to McDonald's.
Yes.
Hey.
Celebrity consultation next week. Hey! I could see that. Some celebrities meeting him behind closed doors. That makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see. That's the second reminder.
Another delay. Never again. Never again. I've taken the anesthesia. The instruments are prepped. I will never again forget my Schuler and Son's account number. Not when I can peek under my epidermis of the epidermis of my arm and see it carved in bone. Ha! So he's
Smart man.
He's a smart guy. He has a lot of things on his mind. He's an absent-minded creator. And he's just going to graft notes to his bones.
So, a lot of things on his mind, yep.
He is. But let's see. So this is an investigation mission, and just in case we do need that account number later on, let's try to find his account number. So you see it's written on his bone.
We could peel off his skin.
We have the chainsaw?
We have a chainsaw.
But we actually don't do this. And what we see over there are a few x-rays.
Using science.
Look at that. There's an X-ray right there.
X-ray right there.
Aha.
Oh, you can actually click on it?
I've
just been zooming in.
160, really? So there you go. So you can actually see his account number. It was true. He did mutilate himself. But it's smart. You know, we should start doing this.
He's not going to forget it anymore.
That's security.
If you like it, I would say tattoo it or carve it in your bones.
Oh, it looks like a clue.
A letter from the creature. Ooh.
And it's written on a page of a Mary Shelley book, so it's like a bonus. You got the note, and then if you take the time to look behind the note, you got some text. But the note says, "Oh yes, Aldini, I found that book you hate. I reject any parallels that you might draw between yourself and Victor. He was misguided and passionate. You do not share these traits. Unlike Frankenstein's monster, I am intelligent. My brain lurches as I cavort through the streets of the city. Fragments of memory assault me. This brain yet responds to the stimuli of the world it once knew. Who was I, Doctor, before I was this? I leave you to seek these answers, but have no doubt that I will return. I began my search in the lowest parts of the city where come your victims." So bit by bit, we're going to learn just how depraved Dr. Aldini is. So he's got some victims besides what we've seen.
By following this creature. So the mission is there. So as most investigation mission, you know, we give the clues during the gameplay, not really as part of the mission itself. So in that text, the creature tells you it's waiting for you in places below the city.
Lowest parts of the city.
So you're looking for something somewhere downward. And what do we know about New York?
New York.
Some of that. I'm so tempted to buy a hot dog on the way, but no time.
No time.
You mean a sausage?
It's not.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Because the fast way is to jump on cars. This is what video games have told me. I will jump on cars.
That's how I travel about cities, because video games taught me.
But since I can't do parkour, I just kind of roll over cars, and it doesn't look very pretty.
As long as you yell parkour as you're doing it, it's okay.
Yeah.
You do a really sloppy roll. It's like, parkour!
I'm being cool. Alright, so here we are. Like, we're in pretty low in the city, and we're gonna try to find a clue.
Clues.
And let's go this way. There's a body. That's intriguing.
These are the type of investigations I like.
Well, these guys.
Bodies and aftermath, and just it's nice and spooky.
That's true.
Examine the note from the creature. Another note written on another page of Mary Shelley's work. In furthering my research, I find myself drawn back to the beginning. An account number I sought, and last night I crept into your workshop and stole it. My mind remembers the modern age, even as my ungainly hands fumbled at the keyboard. Your password was no obstacle to me, despised creator. Even as the monster that Shelley speaks of, I have also read poetry that speaks to my plight. I took your account, and now I must journey far. I will solve this mystery and return to you. We've also got a
small card, yeah.
a
business
little
card.
Yeah, of the P. Schuler?
Schuler.
I don't know why I don't want to say that. And Sons, with a phone number, and cadaver acquisition service.
Nice.
So we know the monster got the account number by sneaking back in, and we saw how he knew the password because, like Mary Shelley's monster, he had a favorite bit of poetry, and he must have found someone showering you with money.
Yay! This is nice. Thank you very much. Keep it coming.
He must have a smart monster like us found the number.
He stole his wallet. You can actually see the wallet is actually branded P. Shooter and Son. So.
Oh, I never noticed that detail. So does that mean the wallet is that human leather?
Could be.
The softest, most supple leather.
Yeah, but he also means he's a very good client of those people.
I imagine Aldini's like the kind of guy that like pens, wallets, anything like that. That he doesn't bother about buying stuff. He just keeps the free samples that people give him. Like.
But in any case, so we had here a phone number to call. So this is a British phone number with plus 44, and then we're gonna just play the message right now that you would hear. And this is super tech. It's actually played from a phone right now. Nice. All right, so.
All right,
Mr. Schiller and Sons are in business.
I guess we're going to London.
Well,
even better, we're not just on the trail of a monster; we're on a globe-trotting search.
So there you have all of your hints in there. You have a British number. You have a British accent when you answer that phone, and it's talking about a nook in the shades. So let's go to London.
Yes, that was my reanimated arm. Thank you.
It works. It works.
Laurie is still whole. Alright, to London we go.
Did you just ignore lore? You just ignored lore, didn't you? You didn't pick it up. OCD.
How could you? That stuff is so good.
I don't like the way it's written.
Oh! Gauntlet thrown. Shots fired.
Oh no.
I didn't bring my phone with me, or I'd play your scared noise a lot. This stuff is great. Like, that's the greatest looking text I've ever seen. I mean,
yeah, it's
you gotta use your imagination. It's still the raw form. There we go. Never forget internet.
Alright, so here we go in London. I'm sure there's a few players in there wondering why GM is just using normal transport.
It's true. Like, what is he up to?
I'm a powerless GM. Alright, so we're going to find out more about Schiller and Sons. Apparently they have a shop in London. And it's in the nook in the shades.
Nook in the shade.
So let's see how we can find out more about the shades. So you have the one way, which is just to go around London and go everywhere until you quest updates.
Yes. Which
is not the favored way. So you can actually there just open up your map, and if you haven't really studied your map really well, you can start looking at it, and you'll see there's a part down there called the Shades. So it's most likely where we should be heading. So let's go. Let's go to the shades and find a nook.
Do 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 do.
Sorry.
Well, this looks very nooky-like.
Needs more nooks.
Into the nook.
So
into
nooky.
that shady nook.
So nook.
Shady Nook was my porn name, actually.
That's
It's true.
You win.
Wow, that's gonna be. We're gonna ask that later.
And everybody can start
I'm not proud of that imaginary time of my
Googling.
life, but it happened.
Scrivenance is past.
Scrivlor.
Scrivener.
I'll give out a piece every 2 weeks.
It will burn your eyes. Do not go there. All right, so here we have well, someone that doesn't look to be going out
body!
very well on the ground.
A
And
body,
then-
that's investigative pay dirt.
yeah, and a lot of things that you can click.
So you got a lot of objects.
So because I'm pro, this is actually a little puzzle, and when you click each of these things, they're going to do a noise.
Do 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 do.
And you've heard this in a phone call. So actually what you're trying to do is to recreate the jingle that you had at the end of it. And here's the solution. So you're going to click the cart. It gives you the...
Do
Come on.
And then you get the trash. It gives you the...
do
It's just not-
do. Yeah, it doesn't work when I'm not.
Doesn't
doing
work
it.
great.
No, I'll do it at the end.
And then we've got...
Well, it'll do it at the end.
And the water. So if I've done this well... There you go. Ooh. Something
I like how
mystical is happening.
ridiculously elaborate this company's contact service is, but we have to assume they're doing things that are highly illegal. So, but this is my favorite thing. You get it's a zombie file cabinet.
So this is a receptionist. It's not your typical receptionist that you have in there. And if you click on its stomach, it will give you a
You gotta
it will give you a keypad.
you need to put in
As
the,
you- as
the,
you
the
would.
proper number.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the customer number, it's actually the one that Aldini went to a lot of extent to not forget. So we're not going to the same extent. We're just noting down a piece of paper, and we're going to go with his account number, which was 112016, and let's see what we get out of this. Nice.
I love that. It's a zombie that pukes up what you need when you put in the proper
Wow.
code.
It
Your
was well
records are in
stored.
there, yeah.
It's
Waste nothing.
It's wonderfully
No.
it's wonderfully ridiculous.
I like to see thieves trying to get something out of this. It's going to be all right, examine the regurgitated account invoice.
I'd like to see, we should do more with this business and something. I don't know. I want to know more about it because we see very little of it. We just see kind of the
You just want to use a
outskirts of
zombie
it.
again.
I do, but I want to know more about this company.
No, very interesting. We might go back and explore them again. They're actually they're pretty cool, and we find a lot about them already in this mission.
Yeah, well, no, you find out on the periphery, but you don't see much of them.
Yeah.
You see a couple dead bodies. You get some texts. And
But
things.
let's see about this invoice.
All right.
So Aldini has been
Special
collecting
order.
a lot of things.
Yeah.
A complete cadaver from Guatemala.
Mm-hmm.
So
Transaction cleared. Bulk order unisex. Transaction
things.
cleared. Bulk order female only. Transaction cleared. But this one, special order, male head, living at the Innsmouth Academy, Solomon Island, USA. Agents assigned were Winston and Edward. Agents lost during acquisition. All future business is suspended until funerary expenses have been collected from the client. Recover body near entrance to Academy.
all right.
This company would be a good mini game. It sounds like they have
Yeah.
interesting jobs where the standard practice is like, oh well, they're gone, so we gotta halt the order until funeral expenses are paid.
It makes sense, though. It seems like it's the least you should do if you're,
No, it makes This is an ongoing business. They have well entrenched practices that keep them afloat.
But it makes sense. You're paying you're paying for a service, but if anything happens, there might be extra charges. It goes with the risks. Right? People in the GAFA, I'm just gonna
Ignoring that
run
lawyer.
past.
So, any interesting comments, questions from?
Well, Well, they're
for
really
you people
upset that
out
he keeps ignoring the lore.
there. Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely a thing.
Ugh,
And that would be a
lore.
great side stories thing.
I like the fact that I'm triggering people's
You're triggering their
Hatred.
trigger.
ADHD.
We're gonna have to begin each one now, like trigger warning. Ignored lore.
I see. I see many people like on their
That
streams
upsets me too.
going and then they see a piece of lore and they forget like everything about safety. It's like, oh my god, shiny, and then they
You
die
make it-
trying to get it. It's
so-
great.
'Cause it's
so
worth
shiny
it.
and appetizing looking. You want to go pick it up.
It's so
But be
worth it.
safe
blame
first.
them.
Safety first,
Oh.
people.
Lore first.
Lore first. Let's make t-shirts of that. Lore first.
You guys are broken.
Lore is love.
So because this character is a newbie, he actually hasn't discovered a single animal well in this
Really?
playfield.
Do you have a
So
motorcycle?
I'm gonna have to run the whole way.
Dum, 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 dum.
All right. Tell us something interesting while we're traveling to the Innsmouth Academy.
Well.
I see you trying to take another sip of his potion.
No, I'm lifting it so I can move the
Uh-huh.
pages. Jesus. I don't mix green and orange in a single day. I'm not mad. I'm insane.
Are you sure? Because that's red.
Oh, what?
It's not orange.
Well, I don't
That's,
mix.
that's one of the first side
I
effects
don't
of the
mix
green
whatever
potion.
this is.
I don't know colors. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, you failed
if you-
at
if you-
entertaining us because
well-
I reached the academy now.
Oh, did you? Well, if people go to my Twitter account, the last tweet was a trailer for a staged play of Frankenstein. It's a really cool, creepy trailer that has that quote from Paradise Lost. So. Was-
Da-na-na-na-na.
Na, 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 na. It was a
All
way. It was a
right.
way for me to get in the mood to write the things I had to write for this.
Let's get back in track. So here we are. We reached the academy, and now we have to search the ground for the missing Schuller & Sons employees.
Yes.
So we know something happened. I'm going to be looking around, but my death sense is telling me to go this way.
Oh, your death sense is on today.
That's
My death sense.
There's a body there and a
There's
cell
a body
phone.
in there, like poorly hidden, and a cell phone. And because I'm Snoopy, this way I'm going to look at the cell phone.
The cell phone is cracked. Dun dun dun.
All right, you can be the yellow guy. I'll be the
Oh, okay.
the white guy.
I'll get the target and meet you by the... That sounded horrible, man.
It was nothing meant by this.
I will be the yellow text. You be the
I'll be the white
the white
text.
text. I'll get the target and meet you by that tree. This is the cracked screen makes it difficult. This is the trouble of investigating. We talked about turn right on the driveway in and go to the tree on top of the small hill there.
This place gives me the creep. I'm coming as soon as I can lose those freaks chasing me.
Shit, where are you? Some time has elapsed, I guess. I've got the old man and have done the deed. I buried him under some loose leaves. I took what we need and I'm waiting for you. Elapsed time? I can't wait for you any longer. If you're still alive, you need to listen. Find the gate's eye and walk 40 steps towards the rising sun and turn 270 points to Wintershins. Take 70 steps, 45 Wintershins, and 40 more steps. You'll find what I've hidden for you there. And remember to walk.
So what is Wittershin?
Wintershin.
Exactly.
Right?
It's
What is the Wittershin?
this is what
This guy would be horrible to
Writers
get
do.
directions from.
to mess up with you people.
I don't know if I wrote that text.
You
though.
did.
Are
Oh,
sure?
you did.
Are
Oh, I
sure that
remember.
wasn't-
Oh, you did.
I had to look up what Wintershins is. Man.
Yeah, because what I wrote originally was like put like clockwise or something. It's like no, let's go all the other way, counterclockwise with the words that nobody uses.
I know things at times that I don't
Mhm.
know at other times. It's amazing. It's kind of
It's
like the
educational, I
Matrix.
guess.
Selective knowledge.
It's like the Matrix.
Conditional knowledge.
In any case, so he said it's 70 steps.
I
So this
know
is
what
the
it
eye
is.
that he's talking about. So you start from here. We're gonna have to start
Wintershins
walking,
is counterclockwise, I believe, and away from the sun.
and let's go. It's good that we have a compass in there. We're gonna go rising sun, 70 steps. So here we go. Ah!
Zombie. Non-receptionist zombie.
Wait, what? She's not a secretary.
Well, the last zombie we saw was the
Oh, I see.
the receptionist.
I'm the same delay as everyone. Sadly.
Oh.
So I think that's 70. And then so that was so 270 counterclockwise, which is 90 degrees clockwise, and that's another 70 steps. I have to count in French. That's something. It's it's so much easier. So that's why I'm not doing it out loud. Actually, I think I went too far because I'm trying to speak at the same time.
Too many Widdershins.
Too many Widdershins.
Are you Widdershining enough?
And then that was 40 degrees more. What?
Ah! You fucked with our Widdershins. I want to name a character.
All right, that was
know,
something.
I want to name a character
Oh,
Widdershins now, like
Widdershins.
like Sturpy Widdershins or something.
Thank you, Mission Journal.
Aha!
Random person hiding behind the bush.
Ah, some pervert.
Troubleshooter.
Troubleshooter.
Troublemaker.
Trouble. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't shoot the trouble. Makes the trouble.
All right, so let's see. Examine a piece of paper.
Another note from the monster written on a page of Mary Shelley text. The note reads, "As I stand over the corpse, I feel foreboding. My memory stirs, and I know that this man is me. Who was I before I became this monstrous, misshapen thing? I cannot say, but the answer must lie within the academy." So I mean, it's scary that there's a monster out there, but it's kind of a horrifying story for the monster. Like, he doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's standing over a body. He's like, that's me somehow. He's not sure why. It's a headless body, so they took the head, so that's apparently what's attached to the rest of the monstrosity.
They wanted his brain.
Oh my gosh. Innsmouth Academy staff cards only come in bloody.
And you,
Brain.
And this one's too messed up to tell.
yeah, you can see what it looks like, and there is a barcode. And
There's
if
a barcode.
anything
If we know anything about
I've learned
barcodes-
about CSW is that you need an app on your phone.
And after that.
There's an app for that. And then you want to use one of those little fancy barcode scanner. And you do something very fancy. You hold it to your screen. Which you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I swear I'm doing it.
He scanned.
I scanned.
I saw him. He did.
For real. And it's giving me a UPCE number. Which I can try to show to the camera. I don't know if... Do you think people can see it? You can see, you can tell, you can see the
You
other
can
part.
see that you got a number on your screen. Right?
Done it.
Allegedly.
And
Do
they
it
give me the
live.
number 01221121.
Okay.
Isn't that cool? How many other games ask you to put your phone on the screen? And how good do you feel about doing this? It's just
It's interactive. It draws you in.
Only us, baby.
only us.
All right. So you said the answer must be in the academy. We've got a number
So let's go to the academy.
in the academy. One of my favorite places.
Well, look at that. Someone left a computer there. Whoa.
Computer is running, and there's a dude.
Very fast
spinning
person
around.
just
Yeah,
ran
it's
after
the
me.
Flash. Whoa. Ghost Online accessing. Welcome to
Please
Innsmouth
put
Academy.
ID number. Well,
It's
you're
as if
lucky,
we had
I
gotten
just
a
got
number.
one.
Select your inquiry. M. Shelley Passage
Welcome, Paolo
and
Aldini.
Journal. Paolo Aldini. Dun dun dun.
All right.
So this is another Aldini. This is the Mary Shelley passage. I remembered Adam's supplication to his creator, but where was mine? He had abandoned me, and in the bitterness of my heart I cursed him. Now, dear Victor, I dare you wish to be indulged in a little gossip concerning the good people of Geneva. The pretty Miss Mansfield has already received the congratulatory visits on her approaching marriage, with a young Englishman, John Melbourne, Esquire.
Ooh.
And the journal
Let's
entry.
see.
This stranger's brain vibrates at every word of this journal like memories of a lost dream. I'm erasing each entry. They are not mine anymore. This is a new, putrid beginning, and now the curtain rises in the full horror. My own son, dun dun dun, did this to me, or rather did this to Paolo Aldini, and to whatever it is I've become. In me he created pure misery of form, but in him I created a creature of pure and hateful soul. We are both creator and created now, incestuously swallowing our own tails. Can we reconcile wretched form to wretched soul? My ill-fitted heart doubts this. So he came to his horrible conclusion there. Poor monster.
I know.
He already hates Aldini because he knows he's the creator and he's finding out who he is. And now he finds out he was his freaking father. And this is what Aldini apparently did to his dad.
So let's see. There's a little bit more at the end. The writing.
Right.
Yeah.
The writings of this Shelley are no comfort. Her words marked where our final confrontation must occur. I have marked them as well, and beneath the fateful sign where her words cross, we will meet once more. I return to New York, and I will see you presently.
Presently. All right. So this is
the clues in the text. He says we'll meet where the words cross in New York.
It's in New York. It's something which was part of the excerpt that we read.
We've got a fellow. Got a fellow mad scientist.
Yeah. Hello, people.
Power to you, mad scientist.
Thanks for watching.
It's Vollmer.
Yay!
Oh, cool.
I thought so.
I know Vollmer from a mile away.
You have a fan.
Vollmer knows I love him.
Like this.
All right, so let's go back to New York, and let's find that place that is mentioned. And in the excerpt, she mentioned 2 people.
There are a few names mentioned.
Adams and John Melbourne.
Well, Adam, as in like Adam and Eve.
Let's go to New York and let's hunt for the streets.
Where 2 words cross?
Where 2 words cross.
Hmm.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
What does it all mean?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting genitalia resculpting with Aldini, unfortunately.
Oh, is that a question
This is
asked?
actually a question, yes.
Well, yeah. Aldini, it's actually in his dialogue.
I've heard questions.
Yeah.
Aldini says he knew almost anything. He's like, but not gender. He's like, not yet. He's working on it. He's gonna get there.
And maybe one day.
It's just purely he wants to. It's just purely he hasn't reached that ability yet. Yeah.
It's happened to the occult.
Well, he already does that. He just hasn't figured out. He just doesn't figure out how to shape it in that way.
Think of the nurses. Really. That's what I'm saying. You know where we come from.
Just throw more nurses at it.
Throw more nurses at it.
Few more nurses.
As Ramon is fond of saying, dear God, that's the last nurse. I
Few
promise.
nurses more.
You get me out of this.
But let's see, we have street signs.
Oh, there's a street.
And look at
Adams!
That. We have Adams
John!
and John. We're right there. How lucky is that? And we found the creature's abode.
Sewer.
We're getting close to the end of this mission. I can feel it. We're gonna meet the creature. We're gonna meet Daddy.
Lord again.
Daddy Aldini.
Aldini.
Is Dr. Aldini going to be there? Are you gonna crash the meeting? So Daddy obviously did.
So we're in a warehouse of some kind.
He wouldn't make this easy, would he?
There's a
All right.
puddle of water with.
So my special depth sense is gonna tell me I have to go past this
You could probably make it
electric
through.
water. Do you think I can?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Alright, it's the last time I listen to you. Okay, so there's a cable going in there.
You gotta drink the water.
It's cabled. I'll follow the cables. Drink the water.
Yeah, obviously.
Alright, fuse box. I'm not very good with electricity, but I know fuse box and electricity usually means on or off in a video game. There you go. It's
Yeah.
off. Let's find the creature and confront it.
I am confronting you.
Bad Daddy. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yep. Yep, it's just gold.
Well, look at Daddy over there. He doesn't look too good. Oh, he's wearing a trench coat and a hat. What is wrong with his face?
Oh man,
Oh, no.
He's had to travel the world, like just whatever clothes he could get, solving this. He's a tragic figure.
He is. Alright, but confronting Daddy I think means smack Daddy.
Phrases Ramon often says, one more nurse, smack Daddy.
No, I think it's a nickname of...
Into the shadowy
It was a
nook.
nickname of someone that worked at Funcom.
Who? What is?
Smack Daddy.
Smack
Smack
Daddy?
Daddy. Oh.
Oh no, it was the derby name of someone that worked at Funcom.
The derby name?
Someone who also played roller derby.
Derby. That's cool.
It's a cool name.
So this thing seems unkillable.
Yeah, permanent destroy the creature. This is not going
It's
very
an
well.
undying creature.
Alright, let's
At
try
least
to
by
do this
conventional
permanently.
means.
If it's something I know from Frankenstein, electricity,
Frankenstein?
and having worked on this mission in the past, is that I want to electrocute that monster. I should probably pull the monster there, because I think he's gonna... He was dead, so he's not gonna have seen where I was. No. Alright, monster. I'll shoot you, but it's just because I want to show you the way.
You must
There's nothing
lure
aggressive
him.
in this, it's how I do with all my friends. This way. Bang, bang. Alright. So if you would kindly please wait in the water while I go and turn it on.
Ah!
Oh no! Water came back on. Something happened in there.
Smell. Yeah, he's cooked.
Yeah. Smoky.
Now you have to drink the water. You have to drink the
No, you don't have to drink the
the
water.
monster soup.
No. No water drinking. Alright, there was something in there that I wanted to grab, so I'm actually going to turn the power off again. Yeah, this guy's fried.
Yeah, he's done for. The
Final note
notes.
from the creature.
Another note written on another Mary Shelley page. Betrayal and loss are the bitter reality of this existence. I am not who I once was, and I refuse to become what you wishes me to become.
You wrote this.
Yes.
No, I don't think I wrote these. I wrote the computer stuff. What you wish me to become. This novel that I have claimed as a diary and comfort is not a story of creatures such as us. We are both monsters without recourse, and Shelley's words are for finer beings. This story will not end the same way. I will die, unknown, unmourned, and none will share my story. Death approaches, and I go willingly.
It's actually Joel wrote all of his little sections. That's right.
Poor monster.
Poor monster.
He's a tragic being. He just wanted, yeah.
But he's
just
at
wanted
peace
out.
now. He's with the Lord of Fried Bacon.
And the goddess of
It
sausages.
should be one of his, yeah. Shit romances. There you go. So that was it for Aldini, for our little character portrait of Dr. Aldini. I hope you got some information.
It was a lot of fun.
It's
It
following.
was super fun.
Cool.
We
Awesome.
got to wear costumes. It's awesome.
Right?
We got to wear costumes, yeah.
Wait,
We
that's
are
not-
not
that's
doing
awesome.
Jake Hammer. I am not dressing up like a
I thought you guys were
like a
just
soiled,
professionally.
a soiled furry costume.
yeah. We're just out of the game lab. I think this is what we should start saying. We
Yes,
have
yes, we're just out of the game lab.
we have the game lab right there, and didn't have time to
I really
change.
like
Straight
the-
into the.
The test tubes in your pocket. It's a nice touch.
Mhm.
Here.
Not dangerous at all. Falling
No.
over with some
Just
test tubes
clanking
and things.
around.
Carrying
clanking
code
around.
is
You're
the
just so
latest,
busy, yeah.
latest version of code with me all the time. Alright, so there you go. I went. I got my black booleans,
Ah.
and I'm happy.
So.
And Dr. Aldini's nasty.
So
Yeah, we still have some points to give away.
we have some points to give away. Let's do that. Let's do that now, since
Yeah,
we are
do
still in the
that.
mood of all this. So I'll give you a little bit more information about issue 12 right after. But
Let's So we have
we're gonna
12
give out
1,200 points.
1,200 points, yeah. And we're not gonna do a random
No, you guys are gonna have to
choice.
use your brain.
You're gonna have to use your brains. We're gonna see if you paid attention to this stream. We have something special today.
Oh, the
And
pressure.
so we're gonna ask you a question about Aldini. 2 questions actually.
Oh, 2 questions.
And the first one who gives both correct answers, so put them both in the same string in the chat, will win the 1,200 points.
No, you guys, stop. You're not raffling. Slow down on the raffles.
No waffles.
Slow down.
No waffles.
No waffles.
No waffles for
Just
you.
listen to the question and give us both answers in your answer, in your one answer, and whoever gets it right the first time.
So, what is the middle name of Dr. Aldini, and how old is he?
Dun dun.
Anton Blank Aldini. Age
Blank.
blank.
All right.
And then the watch.
And then we were here all night. All right.
And we have a winner.
Oh,
We have a winner already.
Amazing.
Awesome. Congratulations, Lascivious. My bad. Lascivicious. I can never
Excellent.
get her name right the first time. Lascivicious.
I'm gonna call
Lascivicious.
all players Bob 1, Bob 2, Bob 3, Bob 4.
She's combining vicious with lasciviousness, so it's lascivicious.
No, I'm not pronouncing this.
No?
Congratulations, but I have a limit in my expertise of the English language.
paraplastic.
Paraplasticism
No.
practice.
Yes.
I can say waffles, Bob.
What was the answer to that question?
The answer was
Oh, yeah.
Ambrosius,
Ambrosius is the middle name.
and he is 48.
48.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
All right.
Now you can talk about issue 12. We can switch gears.
Well, let's talk about issue 12. So yeah, that was it for this. I hope you guys like this. We wanted, let us know how you felt about getting this kind of a little extra information about characters, and we'll start talking about them in some of the streams.
Yeah.
Like if you enjoy this.
You want to hear more about some of our wacky, zany, awesome, dark, mysterious
Yeah.
characters?
We'll still do like some of them is going to be about more the implementation, like how some of the mission works, and then some of them will be more like on the writing style and interesting thing that Josh can
The much more
talk
interesting
about.
thing.
The guy who makes lore, kind of
Only if you promise to pick up lore.
Pure
in
lore.
the game world.
I think since Ramon skipped all that lore, he has to drink this bottle of lore right in
The
front of
whole
us.
bottle.
Nope.
There's some good lore in there, man.
I have ethics. I'm still
Taste
at work. I
and
don't
see.
I don't
Taste
drink
and
and work.
He still has like 30
That's what
minutes
I
left
do.
in his day.
See?
Our contracts were written differently.
Oh. I'm
This
sure
is
they
why the
were.
game is so good. Is because I'm always sober at work. Promise. What?
I didn't say anything. Just issue 12.
You might wanna
You're huffing glue all
check
the time.
someone about that cough. All right. Issue 12.
Issue 12. What news do you
Okay, so as you guys know, we released issue 12, so almost 2 weeks ago now. The Nightmare Dungeon came out this week, and so far the feedback has been really good, I think, from everyone. So we're glad that you're enjoying it. We're glad you're enjoying the new dungeon and all the new features. We have some, as always, we always look at your feedback, and then so there's a couple of announcements I wanted to do about things who are going to happen very soon. So some of the feedback that we've seen was from the more hardcore community. I think people were a little bit annoyed by the very low drop rate of mobs of the Pantheon on bosses in dungeons in particular. All of these, the final bosses would give 1 mark of the Pantheon, which yes feels like it's fairly low. But from our perspective, from the way we calculated it, if you do like some of the dungeons every day and then just do extra dungeons, you don't have to do many extra dungeons. Like, it's for hardcore players, it's just doing like a few more extra every day, and you're gonna cap very fast. Given that you can do the Polaris so quickly, like, we were afraid that people might start capping too fast. So and one of the issues that we have as well is like, once you start, when you're getting to the cap, when you have all your mark of the Pantheon, are you still going to stay and play the game? There's still something like a good incentive for you to play. So we looked at this and we decided to do a few things to remedy to this. So the first one is we're going to increase the mark of the Pantheon drops from the dungeons. And the increase is actually going to reflect the difficulty of the dungeon. So the Polaris is going to give out less than you would get from the Transylvanian dungeons, or you would get from the Manufactory, the new dungeons. So it does mean that for you hardcore guys, you will cap, you will reach your cap faster. And this is when we had a great idea. That if you're capped, instead all of the mark of the Pantheon that you would receive are going to grant you a bonus amount of black bullion. So that amount of black bullion you're going to get once capped is going to be based on the activity that you do. So if you do a challenge, you're going to get a bonus amount no matter the challenge. If you do a dungeon, you're going to get a bonus amount based on the difficulty of that dungeon. So it's not a direct translation to the marks, but more of the dungeons. Which means you're going to get black bullions a lot faster than before once you have reached that cap. And final things to make people want to get bullions in quantity. We're adding new merchants to the game. Some of the merchants are going to allow you to buy bags. We're going to have augments in it. So you're going to be able to get you're going to be able to buy augments. So there's still going to be a little bit of RNG. The bags are not going to drop green, so it's a guaranteed at least blue, purple or legendary augment for those bullions. We're also going to sell for black bullions signet bags. So currently you can already do this. You can already buy those bags from the all Kedoro merchants that we link to issue 6 and issue 7s. So we remove the requirement for the tags from this, so you can now just buy them from the merchants, and we put them on a new merchant who's going to sell those augments, those signet bags. And the other thing you can be able to buy now as well for those black bullions is going to be pure materials. So everything that you need in the game. So it's still going to be the best way to get those materials is still going to be like to disassemble objects. Still the best way to get augments is still going to be like doing scenarios, etc. But this is going to be the alternative. So again, play the way you want to play, and if you want to start trying to get augments only for black bullions, you're going to get the options pretty soon. I think we're actually looking into potentially having this going live next week if everything goes to plan.
Hopefully.
What else I wanted? So we have the Nightmare Dungeon. As I said earlier, it came out yesterday. Yeah. And has already been defeated. So congratulations to the people who've defeated it.
They wasted time.
It's difficult. I don't know if you guys have tried it before. We really tuned it to be difficult. It is doable, we've beat it internally, obviously knowing the mechanics and everything, but all of the feedback should be in there in the dungeon. I know there's been a lot of people, I've watched a lot of streams and people saying, oh, this doesn't work, this is broken, this is the easy to think it's a dungeon not working sometimes, but they work fine. It's the mechanics. The mechanics are not necessarily the same as Elite. Elite are there to give you a little bit of an idea what happens with it, but then you need to think outside of it. Like all of the dungeons, all of the bosses have something extra that you're going to have to pay attention to, and then apply with new mechanics. So it's doable. Something which didn't quite work as intended was the drops from the mini bosses. We've seen a lot of people complaining about getting green bags out of those bosses. It doesn't feel super great to have a very hard fight and then get a green bag, so that's for sure. So we're gonna add at least bullions to all of the mini bosses in the dungeons. The rest of the table is going to stay roughly similar. We're going to increase the amount of Aegis XP that you get because it's still important. Increasing your Aegis really matters to reach some of the DPS check on some of the fights. You want to make sure you have a good conversion of your normal damage. There is a reason why particularly the first boss has a chance to only drop Aegis XP and now bullions. It's because he's so easily farmable. Coming right at the beginning, if you always dropped 10.6 minimum drop like the rest of the dungeon, you would go in and out all the time and then get these quickly. So the loot is spread out throughout the dungeon. The deeper you go in, the greater the rewards, and hopefully you guys will start getting those rewards more frequently very soon. One of the other things that you've seen, like you probably saw my message on the forums, I hope, the marks of the Pantheons are supposed to reset on Tuesday. There was an error that caused it to reset on Wednesday this week instead. So this has been fixed. So starting next Tuesday, the mark of the Pantheons are going to reset at the same time as the challenges, so you don't need to worry about this anymore. And that was it, I think, for everything I had to say about issue 12.
Oh, we have a couple of questions.
All right, well, let's go with the questions.
With augment bags, will this affect, do you think, people doing scenarios?
I hope not. The challenges are going to be in there to really incentivize people to start doing the scenarios. As I said earlier, you're going to have a better chance of still getting better and more augments from doing the scenarios. So it's going to be a trade-off, but it's not at least going to force you to do scenarios anymore. We are also looking into doing more improvements to the scenarios. So yeah, whenever we find times, there's a list of things we want to do to make the drops fairer, to make like the rare boss, that you get if you meet certain conditions, to give their loot guaranteed to be better, etc. So yeah, this will. I don't have any date for this right now, but this is part of the pipeline. And
then, what about Ox weapons? Where are we on Ox weapons?
I get this every time. It's the same Ox weapon. We'll get to it when we get a chance. We have it designed. We have the concept for it. We know what we're making next. They require a lot of work from everyone in the team because they require animations, they require abilities, they require like missions to be able to do them. So we've been busy, as you know, in the last few issues with everything that we had to do for Tokyo, now with the dungeon. So it's getting high up on the list, and we'll get to it as soon as we get a chance.
Yeah.
As soon as we planned it in, and I know which issue is going to be a part of, which I have a rough idea right now. I'll let you guys know.
And the augment bags and the new vendors are coming. We have an actual. That's next
Soon
week.
TM.
Soon TM.
But yeah, it's looking like it probably will be in a patch next week.
Okay, cool. Well.
Famous last words.
Famous last words. Soon TM.
I made a discovery. Andrew's actually from China.
I knew it. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
When he gets angry, you can.
Didn't know.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. We had a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
It's good to have Script and Mancer
Yes.
back. You guys gotta do something though.
What?
There's no high fiving, and I feel like
What was there high fiving
there
before?
was high fiving while you were gone.
You slut. Let's do this. No, you might as well high five him.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll only high five Andrew.
We'll see you guys next time.
In 2 weeks.
Be sure to follow us on the various Twitters and the Facebooks and
Stalk us.
secretworld.com. You can find our website. And
Constant entertainment.
We will see you next time in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks. All right.
See you next time.
You guys have a good weekend.
Yay.